of our time, one will ask, what is depression? Depression is a mental state of low mood, a mental health disorder characterized by persistently depressed mood or loss of interest in activities causing significant impairment in daily life. Causing significant impairment in daily life. Low mood most of the days, anger, sadness, feeling empty, feeling as if you are in the dark, feeling like that is the end of the world. One can define that as depression. And this diagnosis can be made when these symptoms are persistent for at least 2 weeks. The person can be diagnosed to be depressed. There are types of depression. We have the mild to moderate depression, and we also have the major depression disorder. Now, in mild to moderate, some symptoms may not be significant. Some symptoms may not be there, but when you have an interaction with that individual, you will find out that the person is going through depression. What are causes of this depression? Depression can be biological. Biological in the sense that you as an individual is not the cause of it. It can be due to emotional low hormones. It can also be to some defects in the brain. It can also be to lack of some vitamins in the body. It can also be hereditary. It can be genetic as well. Then we have psychological cause. We also have the social source. Then we have environmental factors. We also have the real spiritual battles. There are some, no, we are not ignorant of the devices of the enemy. There are some that are spiritually manipulated. We can also not rule that out. So, these are causes of this depression. These factors may cause changes in the brain function, including altered activities of certain normal circuits in the brain. Majorly, the major cause of most depression can be attributed to environmental factors. Like biological factors are there, but the percentage is small. But it's mostly on the environmental factors, such as significant stress, of death of loved ones, illnesses, relationship, financial stress. These are the causes of this depression. I talked about earlier. How can you know that one is depressed? When I was doing my research as well, when I saw the symptoms, I was somehow checking myself. I said, maybe all this while, this is what I've been battling with, and I don't know that this is what this is. The symptoms, the persistent feeling of sadness or loss of interest that characterizes they are characteristics of major depression. It can lead to a range of behavioral and physical symptoms. These include changes in sleep, maybe one not having insomnia, sleeping, and sometimes you wake up at the middle of the night, you will no longer sleep. Some having of appetite for food. We have loss of concentration. Just as this lecture is going on, maybe just give it 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, the person snaps off and will no longer understand whatever that is being said today. Loss of concentration. Then daily behavior, low self-esteem. You don't feel that you are capable of anything. Everybody around you, you feel the person is better off than you. You feel what good comes out from me. You feel so low of yourself. No self-confidence. You don't believe in yourself any longer. Then you have thoughts, evil thoughts of maybe death, or suicide, maybe I would have to just take my life at this moment. I don't think there is something I can do that will come out well. We had a story of a lady, a banker, who took her own life in the toilet of her workplace. Why? She wrote and said that she felt that there is nothing she lays her hands on that prospers. Nothing good comes with her. Nothing good comes around her. That she's asking for forgiveness of her loved ones, that she has to end it there. You see that this is an accumulated, these things has been there, that grief has been there, the emptiness has been there for a long time, and at that point, that person decides to end it all by taking his or her life. So thoughts to take, to have suicide or take your life, persistent sadness, you're not happy at all, even when you feel, or to you, you're feeling you're excited with your face, someone looks at your face, so scary. Nothing makes you feel okay. Even when you go out, you're not excited about anything. You see someone say, what is even making this one so excited? Why is she laughing? Why? As in, there is nothing that gives you joy. Nothing at all gives you joy. You're just feeling so sad. And we can also trace it down to what is happening in our environment today. Find out that they say don't grieve for anybody. Nobody is happy. Even with the economy, the financial stress, I've said it about the environmental factors that causes depression. Any little thing, you see reaction. Any little thing, maybe someone was passing and mashed you. Oh, sorry. Sorry about what? Sorry for your soul. This depression. We have the talking therapy. Talk to one another. Open up. The talking therapy. Medications. Speak to your doctor. Some medications can help. They have the antidepressant drugs that can help that person come out from such mood at all times. Then the lifestyle you live can engage on exercise, sightseeing, go out more. Because when an individual is in a depression mood, you see them being withdrawn. This person has been an outgoing person, very outspoken, but in the recent time, you see that person being withdrawn. So the person is withdrawn to his or herself, not communicating very well, not coming out to things. That can also be a sign. So when you want to improve in such, you can be going out, relate with friends, exercise more often, listen more to music. That can help. Mood stabilizers. I've talked about the drugs. Keep a regular appointment with your doctor. It doesn't just stop abruptly. It reduces gradually as you are applying these things. This is what I wrote down as a medical aspect of it, as a general overview of what depression is all about. Now, I bring it down to the church. It is a commonest problem we are having in the church now. Problem we are having in the church. And even in our environment. And one will ask, what is the role of the church in this? The church, I mean, is not the priest, nor the priest's wife, nor the church teacher, or the evangelist. The church, I mean, this depression that is not only feeling of sadness, feeling empty, not feeling like you can do anything positive. This feeling, how do we arrest it in the church today? Even in Proverbs chapter 12 verse 25 said, anxiety in the heart of men causes depression, but a good word makes it glad. What are the things we say to each other? There are things you commonly say, you think it's common, you don't know it's affecting the other. Things like, mommy, daddy, must you ask? That question alone can put that person off. You didn't mean any harm.
But in that question can put the person off. You don't know what that person is battling with. Everybody here is fighting one issue or the other. Despite the fact that you see everybody looking good and beautiful, but deep down in the heart there is something that is bothering that individual. Questions like, you don't want to give birth to another one, or you want this one to be the last born. I mean, these things, these problems is not by the person's making. Children come from God. They are gifts from God. Or you think that the person is satisfied with one or two? So why ask that question? It can make that person enter into a depression mood that it will take so many years for that person to come out. Some people may not come out of it because, for instance, for example, assuming that person maybe enters menopause and didn't give birth to another child, that word, believe me, will keep ringing bell each time. As the person is passing, when will you give birth to another one? It will keep ringing bell for people who allow depression to take over them. So how do we curtail those things in the household of God? Don't speak anyhow. Speak good. That positivity you are speaking into that life can reassure that person, can bring back life, can bring back courage, can bring back that self-confidence in that individual. But when you speak that way, you see that person being down. And let me tell you, depression doesn't just occur. It is over and over and over again that those words keep heaping in that heart. And before you know it, the person is down. Before the symptoms manifest, the person must have gone far. And some have issue of trust. So they may not come to you to tell you, this is what I'm passing through. So many people are going through some illnesses that is eating them up. Yes, you are. Why are you looking tattered? A patient of mine said something to me, for example. The person didn't mean harm, but I coiled my hair to walk. Yes, she all the way from Owerri like this. That throughout that day, that word keep ringing bell in my heart. Like this, I was like, oh, is it that bad? I was really feeling so less of myself. That day I rushed off, went to the salon, made my hair, painted my nails, and somehow I was not feeling like, oh, I think I'm okay now. He has said it though and went his way. But that word keep ringing bell. Now I was able to take care of it because I knew it wasn't lack of money. Imagine that it was lack of money. Imagine how I would feel. You see somebody repeating clothes. Tell me, you should repeat clothes, yeah? No, please. If we can be positive about things. Oh, you're looking so amazing. Even though the person doesn't look that way, you can praise them. Oh, you look so beautiful. Man, you're looking wonderful. I like your hair. You can politely now chip in if you feel you want to advise that person. But if you have done it this way, maybe you would have been looking so more beautiful than what it is now. Person of things in their heart, feeling so insecure to come out to say, ma or sir, this is what I'm passing through. Because they feel at the end of the day, there will be a laughing stock. Because they feel at the end of the day, a jirigi mawatu ndozo. And before you know it, it's been out. Your problem. But if we can make the church like a place of comfort, you see that there are so many people who are depressed even among us. You see them coming to speak out. You see them feeling loved. Now, I am not saying depression is peculiar to some group of people or some class of people. Even the rich can be depressed. Even the talk-speaking brother, I said it when I started, can be depressed. We saw in the Bible the prophet Jeremiah, where he said, I read all through Lamentation chapter 3, from verse 1 down to 25. From 23 to 24, 25, 26 was when he was being coming out of that depression. See, when he was telling God, you brought me out of light. I am now seeing you brought me out of darkness. I am now seeing the light. He was saying so many things. But read Lamentation from that chapter 3, from verse 1 down. You will see what the prophet Jeremiah was saying. So many things that he's broken. He feels that there is nothing good that comes out of him. Why? Because he witnessed the loss of so many loved ones around him. So that's why I said that depression can come due to some environmental factors. Maybe losing ease. Don't live in self-denial of that emotional feelings. Like, the emotional feelings are valid. For example, I am not having money. Children may go to bed without food. These are realities that are posing just in front of us, even with the hard economy right now. It is just so clear in front of us. There are so many that you will see, at the end of the day, they don't have anything to eat at that moment. It happens. It can happen to anybody. But that's the truth. So if you live in self-denial that, oh, I don't have food to eat. Oh, I don't have what to wear. Then it will keep eating you up. But bring out that emotion and lay it in front of you and say, this is the reality. Yes, I don't have food to eat. Yes, I am finding it difficult. Yes, I don't have what to wear. But one thing I know is that these emotions are not permanent. They are temporary. They don't last forever. That's the number one truth that will help you come out of that depression. Is it that sickness? Is it that burden? I don't know, that thing that when you remember it, you feel so irritated. You feel that those people around you are better off than you. No, auntie. It's like, oh, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to be associated with them. The mothers are doing something. Oh, I don't want to go there. These are things that are moving. They are in trains. It will also pass. You are a student. You are feeling like you're done. Your mates are ahead of you. They are doing better. Believe me, you're not a done. Believe me, you are unique in your own way. Believe me that time will tell. You are in class. There are people who are answering questions more than you. That too will pass. You are drinking today. Tomorrow, that too shall pass. You feel you don't have food to eat on your table at the moment. Please, that too shall pass. On it. Now, the second aspect of it is what? Your situation feels hopeless. Yes, that situation, that illness that they've told you is a terminal one. That problem that you see before you say, oh, I'm almost getting to menopausal age and I'm not giving birth. That problem that is posing so challenging in front of you, that looks so hopeless. You can be hopeful in God. Right? With God, that thing will be solved with God. He said, your situation feels hopeless, but there is hope with God. With God, there is always hope. With God, there is always hope. That is why you are different from an unbeliever who is depressed. An unbeliever who is depressed could feel that is, or maybe is dependent on the drugs. But you who is trusting God, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Hebrews says, for we do not have a high priest who do not sympathize with us. I mean, he understands. He wore the flesh and he understands what we are passing through. He will definitely come through for you. Who understands us? He understands the pain. He bears with us. He knows that you are looking for that child. He knows that you're looking for that child. He knows that you're looking for that job. He knows that you want to be the best in your class. He knows that you want to be the best you want to feed the family. He knows that you want to take care of the family needs. He knows that you are shouldering that burden alone. Maybe the other partner is no longer there. God truly knows. God truly understands. Believe me, if you can go through the stages of your life, right from when you were crawling, or maybe when you have come to actually knowing things that are happening in your life, if you begin to jot down those things, you will find out that there are some fears you had in the past that you felt it will swallow you, that today you are living, it didn't swallow you, that God came true for you. Most of the time, those fears that we had, that we feel that, oh, this thing will happen, 99% of them don't come true. At the end of the day, you see God surfacing. You see God showing who He is. And but peradventure that He did not, and He kept quiet over that thing, still know that God understands. He knows why He's keeping quiet over that thing. Maybe if He answers that prayer at that point in time, He may change the way you see Him. He may change you. He may maybe make you run away from Him. But He's keeping quiet because He knows that the appointed time, when He does it, only He will receive the glory. So please, whatever situation, whatever ailment, whatever emotional stress, whatever financial stress, especially in this hard time, especially what is going on. Some people will go. I saw a video that was trending in the social media. A man went to buy garri, and when he was told the price of a pint of garri, he brought out his money and counted and counted. And noticed that the money he had couldn't even buy half of that a pint of garri. The man said,